Simply Christianity, Part 2, In the Presence of Greatness. Today's reading is a little bit short. That's because it's mainly an introduction to chapters 1 through to 9 of the Gospel of Luke. Once you've heard this, my suggestion is that you read chapters 1 through 9 of the Gospel of Luke, so as to get the best effect. In the USA some time ago, 3 lads hopped onto their local bus for a ride. They were in a fairly vigorous mood, so when they noticed a man alone up the back of the bus, dressed rather casually in a tracksuit and beanie, they thought they'd see how far they could push him. At first they just made a few light jokes about him. The stranger didn't respond. They turned up the heat and started to insult him directly. The stranger still didn't respond. They continued this for some time, trying to get the man to fight back. After all, there were 3 of them and just 1 of him. Eventually, the bus arrived at the stranger's stop. He stood up. The lads then realized that he was much, much bigger than they had estimated. He looked down at the young men, reached into his pocket, and pulled out his business card. He handed it to one of them and then silently walked off the bus and on his way. The 3 boys huddled around the card to see who this stranger was and what he did for a living. The card read, Joe Louis, professional boxer. For those who don't know their boxing history, these lads had tried to start a fight with the man who would become the heavyweight boxing champion of the world 11 times running. They had been in the presence of greatness and did not know it. Upon reading the business card, I assume they instantly felt very small, greatly embarrassed, and extremely grateful that Mr. Louis had woken up in a good mood that day. So what's this got to do with Christianity? In this section, we'll begin to read Luke's biography of Jesus. From the word go, Luke is at pains to inform his readers that as we look at the life of Christ, we are all in the presence of greatness. In fact, these opening chapters of Luke's biography function as a kind of lengthy business card, or CV for Jesus Christ. Luke offers it to us in the hope that we, like him, will be impressed with the immense status of this man. Luke begins with the strange events surrounding Christ's birth, some of which you may recognize from our modern Christmas traditions, but he quickly moves us forward to the first 18 months of Jesus' 3-year public career as an adult. During this whirlwind year and a half of lectures, debates, parties, yes, and incredible public demonstrations on the part of Jesus, those closest to him, usually called disciples, are led irresistibly to one conclusion. This is no ordinary religious teacher. As you read, look out for the hints about Jesus' status and identity.